Good morning, Grace family. I'm excited to talk to you today about what was happening on the Saturday of Holy Week, that Saturday after Jesus was crucified. Now, Scripture doesn't give us a lot of information about what was happening there. And because of that, I think it's often an overlooked day. We celebrate Good Friday, the day Jesus went to the cross. And we celebrate Easter Day, he was resurrected. And those two things combined give us great hope. But what was happening on that day in between? And I want to look in Matthew chapter 27, near the end of the chapter, verses 62 to 65, and we're going to see some of what was going on. So let's read that together. Now, on the next day, that is the day which is after the preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered together with Pilate. And they said, "Sir, we remember that when the deceiver was still alive, he said, 'After 3 days I am rising.' Therefore, give orders for the tomb to be made secure until the third day. Otherwise, his disciples may come and steal him and say to the people, 'He has risen from the dead.' And the last deception will be worse than the first." So Pilate said to them, "You have a guard. Go make it as secure as you know how." And they went and made the tomb secure with the guard sealing the stone. When I read this, it's kind of a funny thing to me, because we have Jesus' enemies that remember what he said, that he would die and that he would rise again, and that prompted them to move into action. And so they set up guards and did things to make sure that no one's going to go and steal this body. So they went to Pilate and did these things to assure that there couldn't be some big hoax that was created. But on the other side, it's also amusing to me because his closest followers, his disciples, those that loved him, had a completely different reaction. And it makes sense. They expected the Messiah to lead them and do great things, and he was gone now. And so these men that were following him were now in hiding. I can imagine that Saturday they're sitting up in that dark room together. Some conversations of what happened. Can you believe that happened? Is this really it? Are we done? What have we been doing with our lives for these last few years? And I'm sure there were stories of, remember whenever Jesus did this amazing thing and fed all these people with just a little bit of fish and bread. And of course, I can't believe he's gone. What am I going to do? I feel so lost and hopeless. It was a dark day. It was a hard day for many. But I want to say this, as believers, sometimes we have those dark days. There are times where the enemy is actively pushing against us and trying to stop the progress of Jesus and our faith. But there are also times where you're sitting alone and you don't know what to do. And you're scared and you're confused and you're lonely and you're lost. You never expected to come to this point in life where you're struggling with your health. You never thought at this stage in my life I shouldn't be struggling financially. I thought I would have money and have my house paid for and things would be settled. You never anticipated your child being sick and in a hospital bed. You never expected that loved one to pass away. And so now you feel like that hope has been drained and pulled away from you, and it's hard. So I want to encourage you today to be patient in the Lord, because his timing is better than ours. He understands more, sees more, and he loves us and has our best at heart. I want to read a verse for you out of 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 5. And it says this, "Therefore, do not go on passing judgment before the time, but wait until the Lord comes, who will both bring to light the things hidden in darkness and disclose the motives of human hearts, and then praise will come to each person from God." See, one day things are going to be made right and good. When you've been betrayed, stuff is made better. When Jesus comes, things are made better. Yes, we face struggles in this life. Yes, things are hard, but it's all going to be made right and amazing one day. That comes for us who believe our hope is in Jesus, the one who still today lives, the one we can place our hope in and know that my tomorrow is going to be okay. So on this Saturday, ask God for patience. Ask God for strength. Ask God to help you wait well. It's not an easy thing to do. But don't hide away in a dark room by yourself or with a few others in despair, because hope is on the horizon. We want to invite you to celebrate Easter with us tomorrow morning, April the 5th. We're going to have 3 services. We're going to have a sunrise service at 7 a.m. It'll be outside. We're going to have 2 services inside, identical services at 9:30 and at 11. They're going to be fantastic. We're going to celebrate the birth of Jesus. We also want to encourage you to join us on our Journey to the Cross prayer experience. We have behind our church some panels set up with pictures and prayer prompts and questions to really lead you along the path that Jesus was taking that day to pray and reflect on what he's done. It's going to be a fantastic experience for you. I want to encourage you to take some time to come to the church in the back, behind the playgrounds, and walk through that. We love you. Have a great day.